Okay, so part 3 of our animated GIF. We are going to be now animating it. You will notice that there are these boxes in the left-hand corner. If we just click plus, it is flashing between an image and no image, and we don't want that. What you actually need to do is you need to duplicate this. And I want you to duplicate it until you have 5 layers or 5 squares. Okay, and all of them have been the same. All right. So what we're going to do is in the eye layer, I'm just going to create it so it looks like it's winking. So I will click the third layer there, and I'm going to draw over the top using my pen and color. Actually, not using my pen, I'm going to be using my circle tool. So I made a bit of a mistake here. I am going to just use the darker shade of my skin color to create a circle over one of my eyes. And I made mine just a little bit too small, so I'm just going to do the rest with a pen. And then I'm going to fill it in. And you can already see that there is some kind of blinking happening up in the top right preview corner. I'm going to add a little bit of detail by adding an eyelash line. Again, you are to take your time with this. I'm just rushing. So you can see that it's blinking very quickly. By sliding this along, you can slow it down or speed it up to your desired speed. I think slower is probably better. It gets more of your animation happening properly. What we're now going to do is work in the mouth layer. So we've selected mouth layer and we need to change it. So we're going to actually work in the first and second boxes on the left-hand side, not in the third one again, because we want a little bit of variation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to make it appear as though I'm opening my mouth. Okay, so you could do a smile, you could do a frown, you could do it so you know your mouth is opening up and a tongue is sticking out. The possibilities are endless. You can have a bit of a play around with this. But what I'm doing is I'm in the first square creating a smaller black shape. In the second square, I'm making it slightly bigger, and I am also including a bit more color down the bottom to represent the bottom lip as if it is opening. Okay, I'm going to do it again in the third one and make that black shape even bigger than the previous squares so that it looks like it's gradually opening. Again, I'm rushing. Take your time. Make sure that you are really focused and getting those shapes how you would like them to be. Okay, so you can see now in that little preview that my mouth is opening and my eye is blinking. I'm going to work with the eyebrows now, and with the eyebrows I'm just going to work in the first 3 squares, and all I'm doing is using the move tool to move them up, and well, just move them up actually, just a little bit each time. So I move it up once, twice for the second one, and then for the third one I will move them up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you can see in the preview that my eyebrows are moving as well. Okay. Now you can play around with that and play around with the speed now that you have more elements. You can save that there if you would like, so that we don't miss anything. You can even download it there if you are pressed for time. However, what we're going to do is attempt to make a pop-up background a little bit more exciting. Okay, so I'm going to be working pretty quickly. So what I'm just going to do is put in my version of some Band-Aid dots so it looks like they're moving across the image. You can do it so it looks like your explosion is exploding or the stars are moving or you've got speech bubbles. It's completely up to you. So I'm just using that a large pen tool and I'm putting some dots just in this line nice and quickly. And then in the second frame, I'm going to, I'm getting rid of that because I accidentally put it in the third frame. Now you'll notice that I'm using the eraser tool to get rid of that and it's actually getting rid of everything. We don't want that. So remember to use your Control Z tool here. So first frame, still on the eraser tool. Fill that in. Excellent. And we are making it appear as though these lines are moving in each frame. You can draw these circles using the circle tool if you would like. I'm just quickly doing them with my pen tool. Please have a little bit of an experiment with this. Make it interesting. Don't, just copy mine. Have a little bit of a go at playing around with yours a little bit more. And you can see there in the preview that it's looking very kind of exciting, which is exactly what pop art is all about. If you wanted to change little bits of your hair, you could do that too. If you wanted it to look like it was moving in the wind, you can play around with that as well. It's completely up to you. Make sure you save. Okay, now that you've saved, and if you are happy with what you have achieved, what you're going to do is you're going to download it. You're going to make sure that those numbers at the top are 500 by 500 and changing them if you need. We're then going to click download. Now this will be saved straight into your downloads onto your laptop. And you can see that it is the animated GIF. Okay. Now, if you don't know where that is, you can go into your folders, downloads, and it should be there. If you would like to save it somewhere else, you are more than welcome to. But as long as you have it in downloads, it should stay there and you can refer to it later on for the final part of our little activity.